Hello, everybody, and I'm still not prepared for all this, but welcome back to another ASMR reading. For the very first time, we're gonna be doing this here on VSTREAM, and today will be the very last, at least for the episode. I'm, I'm really, I'm really prepared for this, but I'm still not prepared for all of this. I'm just. Okay. Let's not get to the heap of this yet. So, all of you followers, new viewers, to the new lurkers, welcome to the Leaves. My name is Development, aka Agatius/Emision, and today is the final day for Lorelei's adventure and suffering with after the villain has failed to overthrow the gods by butterfly_effect on Wattpad. You can read it out here on the chat here. Hopefully they might pin this, have a pin implemented, pin chat real soon. But thanks again to Amanda the Ghost for lurking as always and keeping me in the loop. So whenever she streams, and I'm also streaming, so she streams as well. But I'm still not ready for everything. Okay, I read this in advance on the last episode, but I'm still not ready yet because of the song that was used for this thing. And look, I probably have to be a little bit of dramatic because, like I said, I will be dramatic on stream. This is it. So I'm still shaking. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. In all seriousness, though, it's still a bit I'm still a little bit hurt at least, so okay. We have noise cancellation off because let me see filters again. We have noise suppression / noise cancellation off because I'm gonna cry. And my mic, aka my noise suppression, will not catch it, so if I'm gonna be crying, might as well turn that shit off. So, with all that said, let's begin the conclusion with chapter 26. Let's check the author's notes first. Butterfly effect is just crying. I'm really sad to hear about it, but hey, at least this microphone is not been way too much here, so okay. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm still not prepared for all this. But I wanted to thank you guys for very much support. I still have need to practice in order to become a fully fledged voice actor / actress, because probably I'm gonna be using my female voices all the time. But if this is what breaks me alongside with the Mother's Day stream, this is it. So I have tissues. Probably need a lot of them. Kind of like tearing up right now, which I probably might. All of the ventilation is off. Ventilation is out. I am sweating. Hopefully I begin to sweat real soon. Okay. Here we go. Chapter 26 out of 28. Here we go. Here we go. He said softly with a sweet smile. Kill me, God of Wood. Do you know what you're saying? The God of Wood reminded, raising his forever calm voice. He looked annoyed, frustrated even. All the calm he had before was gone. Of course. I placed my hands on his shirt and pretended to smooth the non-existing trees. You know that. It's a witch hunt. We can either go down together, or you can choose to kill me. Then you can live on as the God of Order. I glanced up and smiled like how I usually did when I was about to do something to annoy him. So kill me. Look how nice of me sacrificing myself to save you. Fuse. You saved me back then. Now I saved you once. We're even. Just smile cheekily. I grabbed his hand and placed it on my cheek. Kill me, oh God of Order. I don't want him to do it. At least hang in my hand. But on the full moon, I'm quite satisfied, I chuckled. A pity I could not beat you once in chess. He tried to struggle out of my hold. I won't let them taint your name, I said firmly. Only I can spread bad rumors of you. Just kill me. I refused. He refuted firmly. I hid the gods and goddesses surrounding our home. They would not have taken action if not for the ward God of Order had placed around us, but I could not stop them for long. There are more than 10 of them. You know that. We don't have a choice. I smiled. Please take care of my kind for me. Stop smiling. I wanted my smile. Without me, promise me to show those annoying gods a lesson. They could free me all they want. It's a lost cause. They are determined to kill me. They considered me a threat, even with the countless of spells they put on me. You know that. I would not let them. You still protect us when they strip you of your power. Be silly, I chuckled. His hands on my face trembled. He knew he couldn't. They planned to strip him of his title and his power, saying that he was a disgrace to the gods. The gods were like a power-hungry bunch. They did not like someone hanging over them. They did not like the God of Order binding them with rules. They were also extremely patient. They could take nearly 3,000 years to make use of Rachel to put down the God of Light. Similarly, they could also wait 3,000 years to use me against the God of Order. 3,000 years might seem long, but it's nothing to them. Even though, in these 3,000 years, the God of Order rarely appeared in front of them. That didn't mean they didn't want to take away the God of Order's right and power to control them. They had been their time. No one would respect such a thing. It's been 3,000 years. I'm sure the God of Order will not be corrupted by the Siren. The Siren was known for her power to hypnotize and corrupt one's heart. What a nice plan. They had this from the start. And the God of Order knew it. That's why he had laid low for 3,000 years. He never left the woods once to keep those gods in order. But how the gods were 3,000 years ago, I doubt they wouldn't have not broken the rules once these past 3,000 years. He even pushed up dealing with Rachel and the God of Light. It's really unlike him. The God of Order before my imprisonment was known for his strict rules and nightmarish lectures to the gods. I should have realized sooner. He was laying low to try to protect me. He knew I was still a target to the other gods. By not appearing in front of them, they wouldn't be reminded of him and thus me. But even if the God of Order could save me this time, what about the next one? I was a liability, a perfect excuse for the other power-hungry gods to make use of. By just surviving, living as a prisoner under the God of Order was a sin. If I was taken away from the equation, without me, you can still be the God of Order. You still be without flaws. Admit it. I'm your weakness. I'm the liability here. I'll not let myself be the downfall of you. If you don't do it, I'll do it myself. I circled my hand around my neck and stared determinedly at him. I would not let him be freed in this ugly power struggle. Definitely not because of me. I do not know where this thought came from. He should stay holy, untouchable like the moon hanging in the sky, just like that time he came to save me 3,000 years ago amid the moonlight. He froze, and then finally, after a long pause as if admitting defeat, he heaved a sigh. Just like what he had done millions of times in the past 3,000 years when he finally gave in to my stubbornness. His hand touched the ribbon tied over his eyes and tore it down, showing his silver eyes. After 3,000 years, your eyes are still the same. I smiled happily. Oh, gods don't grow old. Right. Just like me. I giggled. A siren. Here is your judgment, he said softly. I closed my eyes to await pain to befall me. Instead, I felt myself surrounded in a warmth of embrace. I got a vote whispered gently next to my ear. Sleep tight, Lorelei. Have a nice dream. Farewell. Finally, it's the end. I could finally be released from this fate in the future. I would finally be free. What a pity. Just when I thought I could accept my fate and live on as a prisoner with a God of Order. There were never what ifs in life. Tears I had been holding and slipped down my face. My conscience was just like a cloud of smoke being blown away bit by bit. Gradually, I could feel my consciousness slowly leaving me. What a merciful way of killing someone, I chuckled. They must be angry. Angry getting it off so easily. A God of Order responded by patting me on my back like putting me to sleep. Please take care of my kind. It's a pity I cannot be to you once inches. I wish I could say one last time a farewell gift to you. Farewell. The last piece of my conscience finally disappeared under the gentle beam of the full moon. I've certainly gotten a lot quieter without you here. He used a silver-haired man under the silver-leaf trees as he took a sip from his glass. Unable to stop himself, his gaze turned on the lake close to his spot. The lake's surface was as smooth as a mirror, reflecting the partially hidden moon hanging high in the sky. He took another sip from his glass. The god could not get drunk. The god of Order knew that. But for some reason he wished he could. If I finished this, would I be able to meet you? He muttered as he swirled the golden liquid inside his glass. Would I be able to hear you complaining about the loafers remaining again? As if reminiscing with the help of wine could conjure up the girl in his memory. The god of Order seemed to be able to see a girl smiling at him from the lake, annoying him once again with some trivial things. A small smile tugged at his lips as he indulged himself to stay longer in the stream. What kind of god am I if I have to sacrifice you to keep my power? He mumbled in his lucid dream. I thought I could protect you. You're right. I'm too full of myself. He seemed to be able to see her face clearly, the gloating smile on her face. Unbeknownst to him, a warm smile was hanging on his face. The cloud covering the moon was finally blown away, showing the bright full moon. Moonlight shone over the lake, further illuminating the lake. Something sparkled in the deep lake. A glass casket shimmered in the lake. The god of Order walks towards the casket in the lake. His fingers gently touch the casket. Let me wait for too long, Lorelei. Memory of a certain girl appeared in his mind. It's me. A girl in his memory had asked with a tiny smirk on her face. I miss you. It's... I don't know what to say about this. Guys, I don't know what to say about this. It's just way too emotional. I'm gonna cry. Sorry. I feel like I'm getting sucked into this instead. I mean, I'm just kinda trying not to get emotional, but ever since reading this out aloud on stream for the past several weeks up to today, just felt like it just felt like a Mother's Day stream when I also cried on stream. I don't know what else to tell you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm... Okay. 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 Now we're almost done. 27 out of 27. But we got the bonus story coming up here, which is the Tales of the Gods, which means we'll be chapter 28. And with that, we're done with the stream. That's it. I'm still gonna be having more writing streams before the State of the VTuber community this Saturday, but I still could not grasp the fact that I haven't been able to get over this story. It's very much... It feels like I want to try to replay it in my head the many times I ASMR'd it, the many times I disconnected, and all of a sudden I just had to interrupt it for quite a bit. Up to this point, it's just way too much. Thank you all the 6 viewers who just joined into the stream. I know it's been a bit emotional for me, but I hope you like this finale. I gotta send a playlist afterwards, so... Okay. Chapter 28, the final chapter of the whole book. After the Villainess failed to overthrow the gods by Butterfly_effect on Wattpad. Chapter 28, Tales of the Gods. Let's go. Okay, here it is. The TV was packed with people, all excitedly waiting for the storyteller to start one of his tales. What story shall I tell today? Mused the man sitting at a table near the center of the tavern. How about a story of the gods? After a few seconds, the storyteller smiled secretively. I have never told this story in other towns. I've just heard of this news from my cousin friend's son who is studying in the Temple of Order. He stopped it dramatically. The god of Order has run away. The tavern broke into a huge uproar. That's not possible. Why would he run away? The storyteller placed his finger in front of his mouth and everyone stopped talking. The Temple of Order received a sacred letter from the god. He said he had resigned. But why? Some said because the god of Order was disappointed. The storyteller continued. A few hundred years ago, around midnight of winter solstice, non-stop rain and thunder befell the continent. It lasted for 3 whole days. After that, it was said that many temples around the continent fell into ruins. The priests and priestesses of those temples all lost their powers. Only a few temples were left untouched, the Temple of Order being one of them. Surprisingly, the Temple of Darkness was also left untouched. Maybe the God of Darkness is responsible for it. The Priestess of Darkness denied it. She said it was because rules had been broken. It was all judgment from a god. Judgment? As we all know, only the God of Order can give out judgments. The God of Order was disappointed in the other gods. That's why he resigned. The storyteller stopped to take a breath. But of course there's another saying, the storyteller smirked. But don't hold back. Words have it that the God of Order had a lover, but the other gods believed the girl too lowly to be a suitable match for the God of Order. Guess what? His lover was killed by the other gods? Exactly. On winter solstice hundreds of years ago, the gods captured the lover of God of Order. They asked the girl to leave God of Order. She refused. In the end, the gods killed the girl. And the God of Order was angry. Of course. He was furious, but the other gods were just protecting the God of Order. You see, the girl was not a mere mortal. No. She was a monster, the offspring of a mortal and a beast, the storyteller whispered secretively. Some said she had a mouth of a fish and even fins. There were collective gasps among the listeners. The other gods were right to kill her off. I don't believe in this version. You made it up. Why would the God of Order fall in love with a girl like her? Suddenly, laughter as clear as bells rang out from among the listeners. What a nice story. The lady said as she brushed away tears of laughter from her eyes. I am thoroughly entertained. She took out a bag and threw it to the storyteller. Your tips. The lady then walked out of the tavern with a man in tow. When she pushed open the tavern door, the man following her immediately put up an umbrella for her. However, it was not even raining outside the tavern. It was a sunny day perfect for a picnic. I don't need it. The girl under the shadow of the umbrella complained. Are you sure? He removed the umbrella on top of her head. She immediately grasped his hand and pulled the umbrella back to its original place. I hate this form, she mumbled. If you have to refine me, can you do a better job? She poked at the man next to him with her finger. A revived God of Order cannot protect a revived beast. I'm so sorry about that, he said calmly. Or do you want to be killed off again? You aren't even stripped of your power. You just gave up your title. The man stared at her in silence. Just saying, she pouted. This ghost form is unbearable. You did a horrible job. The God of Light made Rachel a wonderful mannequin for so, and she isn't afraid of the sun. The man next to the girl stopped. He placed his hand on her cheeks. The God of Light needed to make a mannequin because his lover is a pure ghost. A transparent, floating ghost. What about you? He raised his eyebrow in question. No. She pursed her lips again. Or do you want me to put you in a mannequin? Your voice might not sound exactly as it is now, but at least you aren't afraid of the sun. The guy smiled sweetly to try to appease the guy. The guy next to her returned a smile. He leaned down and whispered something in the girl's ear. The girl's lips widened. The guy next to her returned her smile. He leaned down and whispered something in the girl's ear. The girl's lips widened to an evil smile. Telling me her real name? Aren't you afraid of using to order you around, former God of Order? She curled her hair with her finger. I'll just do the same, the guy said coldly. Don't forget you're currently a ghost. The smile on the girl's face disappeared as she stomped away in anger. The guy, having a sigh, had no other option but to follow her with the umbrella in tow. Walk slowly, taunted the girl, stomping in front of the guy. Then you'll have to revive me again. The guy heaved a huge sigh. Thinking why you had to revive such an annoying ghost. Chided the girl. Why? You don't know me, he teased. Then why? A smile on the girl's face disappeared as she asked slimly. Someone owes me a soul, he answered as he gently brushed a strand of hair from the girl's face. Aren't you lucky? I have many songs composed these 3,000 years. I'm all ears, she replied with a bright smile. Finally, not the smiles she wore as a mask, but one stemming from joy. Pure joy. It is done. I mean, it is really done. This is it. This is the end of. This is the end of. After the villainess failed to overthrow the gods with a special ending, is that they're still there, still lingering about everyone else, commonly amongst the others, living peacefully ever after. Where Lorelei stands before her man, formerly a god of order, and now living happily along with him, offering him thousands of songs and everything else in between. This is such an amazing story. I'm really, really honored to finally get this off my chest because I've been willing to read this for a very long time. And on that note, I will have to give this little bit of announcement that now with this series concluded, we will now soft launch the Aga and Company's ASMR, youtube.com/@AgaASMR. I will type it out later on, but for those who don't know, it is an ASMR channel that I myself created in order to have these kinds of stories read out in female voices, such as what you just heard before. And I will have the full details about this in the State of the VTuber community, so stay tuned for that. I'll have the script later on, so please bear with me as I can comb through all this. But anyways, now that we're done, it's time for us to take a deep breath, reflect everything that had just happened, and throw away all of our tissues. Because this officially concludes the live edition of the ASMR reading. I will do more ASMR readings in the near future, although not exactly as full-fledged as this one. And hopefully we'll have more stories in the near future. But God damn it, every time. Anyway, where is I again? Oh yeah. I will have more stories coming out here, but they're now going to be in an episodic fashion, so that means we're not going to be doing any more of these live ASMR reading sessions because it has officially been concluded. I'll have more ASMR reading. It's like in contrary, but it's just short form or probably just some statements. So, ASMRs will not go anywhere, but ASMR reading is done. I will move it over to the ASMR channel on YouTube. So let me just type it out. go ahead and subscribe to that. I hope you enjoy it, and as always, thank you so much for having me here. And we're gonna have our noise suppression turned on. Thank you so much yet again for another fantastic stream, to the 6 viewers, to all the new lurkers, followers. Thank you so much. Now let's see, who are we gonna raid? But first off, I'm gonna be back for a bit. Okay, we're back. Now who are we gonna reassure? And then the ghost or Ellen Rose VT. Okay, let's go. Ellen Rose, I guess, for a little bit of variety. Or Amanda the Ghost. Let's just do Elven Rose VT. Now, will it work though? Okay, here we go. Now, we are officially done with the ASMR reading series, live series. I'll see you guys in the next one. We'll be writing V46 Carnage and Life After Manhattan in a row, and State of the VTuber Community on Saturday to conclude the month of September. Bye-bye.